We are live. So, welcome to the Friday the 13th edition of An American Werewolf in New Jersey. I am the American Werewolf. Excuse me for a second. Okay. So, it's Friday the 13th, which is a staple day. It only happens maybe once or twice a year when the first of the month falls on a Sunday. And of course, that means, well, what does it mean? It means most people, especially people in the quote unquote horror fans, start to think of a shitty, outdated, and desperately needing to die franchise called Friday the 13th, starring one of the more ridiculous characters in all of horror, Jason Voorhees. And there's no way in hell that I'm going to spend the evening talking about Jason Voorhees. On the other hand, one of the things I could have talked about was the Friday the 13th television series, which is actually worthwhile as hell. And it's the story of a couple of people who are, well, it's a long story, but it's not something that really streams anywhere that I'm aware of, but it's worthwhile. And if you ever get a chance to watch it, I grew up watching it, and it's just fantastic stuff and a lot of fun. But I wasn't going to do that either because, you can't watch a whole television series in a night, or you can't really do a watch along for that kind of thing because of the public domain. So I decided on a lark that I was just going to do a watch along. And I've decided to pick a movie that's in the public domain that I haven't seen before and go from there with it. And the movie that I've selected is 1932's Vampyr. And let me see, what do we get when we talk about Vampyr? 1932. We get a drifter obsessed with the supernatural stumbles upon an inn where a severely adolescent girl is slowly becoming a vampire. And this was directed by Carl Theodor Dreyer. Stars Julian West, Maurice Schultz, and Rena Mendel. Now, this movie is currently streaming, and you can see right there on HBO Max. However, it's in the public domain, so my intention, and I guess I'll have to keep an eye on the channel, is just to stream the movie here and provide some commentary. I haven't seen it before, so I'm curious as to what's going to happen. What the movie is going to be about, and it's Criterion Collection, so I'm expecting something quite good. And as I was talking about earlier, when I tweeted something from Klaus Kinski, I said that, when he did Nosferatu, there's a picture there of Isabella, Johnny, Klaus Kinski, and Werner Herzog, and I said, horror can be quite good when you give a shit. So hold on, let me see if I can pull that up. That would be a cool thing to see. And yeah, there you go. Horror can be quite good when you give a shit. So I'm hoping that that will be the case here, and that we're all going to enjoy this. If anybody stops in the stream, I don't know if anybody is. It seems like other people have streams already planned, usually about Friday the 13th, but that's not going to happen for me. But enough talking. Let's get to the movie. Here we go. Hope you enjoy it. Subtitles. Let's get this set up. A long time ago,
and don't do your taxes. Meet with an expert who will do them for you, so you can do not taxes.
All right, here we go. So this is some kind of restoration, it looks like. Is this a silent film? It might be. All right, so there don't seem to be any. I'm curious how this is going to work because there don't seem to be any subtitles. So, and I have the advertisement kind of HBO with the commercials because I got that accidentally, and then for some reason it just won't let me go to advertiser free, like just straight through. It won't let me change the subscription. It's annoying as fuck. All right, here we go. His aimless wanderings led him late one evening to a secluded inn by the river in a village called Vampyr. It's great. It's a great mood. I remember watching Nosferatu and just had this music that just didn't match. This annoying organ music, and I was like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so 10 years later, between 22 and 32, they seem to have gotten better about the score. It's great shots already. Good stuff. So is she going to be the vampire? Jesus. That's a fucking sickle. The hell is that? This is German. Germans made moody shit. I remember from watching M. Came out in 31, the same year as Todd Browning's Dracula. So much fucking moodier. What the fuck? Yeah, get back to your room, buddy. It was an eerie moonlit night. Light and shadows, voices and faces seemed to take on hidden meaning. Alan Gray felt a sinister force descend upon him. In vain he fought the terror that seized him, and fear of things he could not name haunted his restless sleep. I love that shot. The fuck? I love how it just drops him in the middle of this. Like there's no background as to who he is or who these people are.
Sie darf nicht sterben. Hören Sie.
Great close up. This is way better than any Friday the 13th movie. I guess they didn't have much in the way of lighting back then because it still looks like daytime from... What was going on? A terrifying secret was unfolding. Alan Gray felt certain of one thing. A soul in mortal distress was crying out for help, and a voice within him urged him to heed the call. So is it the same night? Is it? The hell is that? Just a reflection in the water. That's pretty cool effects for the time. This is 90 years ago. The hell? Hey, she's moving a little too fast for me. I don't understand. Is this some sort of ghost town?
New customers get our best deals on all smartphones.
That's right.
But what if I'm already a customer?
Oh,
No problem. Hey, Cam.
Oh, same deal.
Yeah. kind of our thing.
What if I'm new to AT&T?
Cam, can
Okay, this is annoying, but I still can't switch out of.
It's the same deal.
Is he okay? At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
I can't get out of the advertisement HBO. It won't let me switch. So I'm stuck watching these stupid things.
The slices and the sticks.
All I ever wanted for dinner was pizza, Marcy. And all I ever asked of you was steaks.
My God, these advertisements are terrible too.
Get Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks. And Dane's awake.
I smell bacon.
And the
My God, that's awful.
Slices and sticks. Or order online for new jalapeno or bacon.
This is embarrassing. Now here we go. Back to the film. All right, this place is off, but I can't figure what the. Is that a dog howling, barking? Where are all the people? It's like everybody just dead in this town? Is that what it is? Like 2 people? The set isn't anything elaborate. I mean, it just looks like an old, over-lived-in place, but it's pretty much working for its creep factor. Who the hell is this? No young people here. Well, except for this guy. Everyone just seems kind of oblivious to him.
Haben Sie gehört? Ja, das Kind. Das Kind? Ja, das Kind. Es ist kein Kind hier. Aber die Hunde. Hier gibt es weder Kinder noch Hunde. Nee? Nein. Gute Nacht.
All right, so we're 20 minutes into this, and I guess it's less than 80 minutes, so we're about a quarter of the way through. He followed the fleeting shadows and came to a large estate where a forlorn manor rose up among ancient trees. Here, in seclusion, with only his two daughters and a few servants for company, lived a man who had appeared to Alan earlier at the inn.
Gehen Sie nicht schlafen, bevor der Arzt kommt.
It's an interesting concept in that he's just sort of dropped in the middle of this. So who the hell shot him?
Sean, mach Licht in der Bibliothek. Und du, bleib du bei Giselle, hörst du?
So who the hell shot him? So they don't question who this guy is. Maybe now.
Wollen Sie nicht bei uns bleiben?
So no one's even remotely curious who shot this guy. Okay, that's weird. And he's not telling. And I don't know what's going on with her. I assume she's the girl who's turning into a vampire, but okay.
Wo wird er hin?
Zur Polizei.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I forgot about the book. Okay. Maybe we'll find out something here. Because, yeah. Oh, hold on. How far are we into this? All right. 30 minutes. We're 30 minutes in. So. Lord knows we need some exposition here. Okay, so at least we've got old school evil vampires. Not these tragic sort of things we get nowadays. All right. Is she up? Oh yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right. Maybe we're getting somewhere here now. Mark of damnation. All right, so it's all pretty black and white here. So this is just above a silent film. They're still acting out in a yeah. All right. So
what if I need a new policy?
hold on a
It's
second.
confusing, like jazz, like
At State Farm.
Okay, this is annoying, but what we've got here is a film that is just on the. It's just through the door of talkies, and they don't seem quite to know. They don't quite seem to know how to deal with dialogue. They've got a lot of great shots. It's very moody, but they seem to still want to act it out in a silent film kind of way instead of giving you dialogue like the long scene reading the book. Instead of just talking, they're just showing you the text from the page. So yeah, I mean, it hasn't really evolved fully into a talking film, and I'm not sure why. Okay, this is annoying, so we can just get rid of that. But I'm not exactly sure why, because in 31, if you see a movie like M with Peter Lorre, I mean, that's in German, and they're fully adjusted to talking films. They're fully beyond the silent mode of things. So, yeah, I'm not sure what the problem is here. All right, back to the film.
Schnell.
The hell is that? Whoa, what the hell is that? I guess that's a vampire. Yeah. Oh, look at that sideways walk. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So they moved on from 10 years ago with Nosferatu and Murnau. But the score and everything like that, it's very moody, and there's some really good shots here. But they still haven't fully transitioned over to script based filmmaking here. They still are treating it very much like a silent film. With the overacting and on the part of the main star, the guy. 34 minutes into this. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a little slow, but it's actually not bad. I've seen far worse. I mean, in considering it's almost 90 years old. You can tell an enormous amount of care went into this, though. I mean, wow, this is something. For the lust of the vampire is transmitted like a plague to its victims, who in turn finds itself torn between the thirst it feels for blood and a desperate repulsion toward this very craving. The innocent young person is thus made a vampire itself, and in its turn proceeds to seek its own prey amongst those nearest and dearest to it. An issue of convenience, I'm sure. Yeah, see, this is all still very much silent method acting. They still haven't transitioned. That's weird. I wonder why they did that. I don't know much about this director. Still, that scene out by the field is very much Dracula.
Ach, könnte ich doch sterben. Nein, Leon. Ich weiß. Ich bin verloren. Ich bin verdammt.
She does look a little feral. Okay, so this is something where the silent film sort of, okay, it works. Yeah, see, it's working. Okay. Oh man, is she gonna make eye contact? Because she looks more than a tad feral right now. Better get that cross out.
Ich glaube, sie stirbt. Hat nicht jemand geschrien?
No. I love how no one bothers to ask who the hell this guy is and how he just walked into their house. There are more than a few holes here, but it's got some moments. I'm trying to keep an open mind about it, and there's a lot actually here that works, but
Ja, sie war nicht zurück.
The hell? Oh! Did the vampire get him too? The ghosts of executed criminals are in their service, yet the living too may fall under their dreadful sway. An account from Hungary tells the story of a doctor in a country village who, having sold his soul to the evil one, became a vampire's henchman, and in doing so was rendered an accessory to a whole series of horrid crimes in that region of the country. So I guess they become like the familiar.
Sehr schlecht. Wo denn? Du hast die Faust gefunden. Gehen wir. Ja, sieh, das ist so eine Wunde am Hals. Aber wir werden ja sehen. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Kommen Sie. Bleiben Sie unten.
Es geht sehr schlecht.
Puls?
Schwach.
Stop.
Könnte man sie nicht retten? Vielleicht. Sie braucht aber Blut. Es muss Menschenblut sein.
What the hell else kind of blood would it be?
Wollen
Dumbass.
Sie Ihr Blut dazu hergeben?
Yeah, see, here, typical silent movie overacting.
Kommen Sie, junger Mann. Ich werde Sie zur Ader lassen.
Warum kommt der Arzt im zweiten Mal?
Oh, is the doctor the? Yeah, we're headed for another shitty commercial. Once the vampire senses that the victim is completely within its grasp, it does everything within its power to drive the victim to the act of suicide, in this way delivering that soul to the evil one. Well, it certainly is black and white, for the man who dies at his own hand is lost to all eternity. To such a man, the golden gates of heaven are closed. For him, all hope is lost. O thou diabolical.
Science proves quality sleep is vital to your...
Okay, so I mean, this is vacillating back and forth. It's not terrible, but it still very much is going on in the way that silent movies, they got that silent movie overacting kind of thing. It definitely needs more dialogue, but it's still better than talking about Jason Voorhees. So I'm glad about that. And unfortunately, as I've said before, I can't, for some reason, shift my account on HBO to advertisement free. So I'm stuck watching these stupid advertisements. And we should be back. All right, here we go.
Schwester. Kommen Sie mal her.
So wait, we saw the vampire, but I didn't get a good look at him. Is it the doctor?
Haben Sie sich gehört?
I think it is. Who can decipher the riddle of life and death? Who can penetrate the dark secrets concealed from the light of day? For just as strange as the vampire's existence is, equally strange the manner of its demise. These dead who cannot find peace must be murdered to deliver a tormented humanity from their grasp. Yeah, I mean, this is all straight out of the silent movie playbook. And it's not a silent movie. So,
Herr Doktor. Was ist denn los? Ich verliere ja mein Blut. Unsinn. Ihr Blut ist doch hier.
in the village of Kizilova, haunted a generation ago by a vampire in the form of an old woman, the following procedure was used. At dawn, the grave was opened, and the old woman was found lying as if asleep. An iron stake was driven through her heart, nailing her horrid soul to the earth. She then died a true death, and the curse that had laid upon herself and her victims was broken. Yeah, this is all a bit much, but I mean, it's 1932. And there's not nearly enough focus on the girl, on the vampire. It's just about everybody else kind of fumbling around. It is the doctor, evil bastard. Just 25 years ago, a murderess, even in these parts, traditions how certain areas are haunted by vampires. Doctors assigned the plague a medical name, but a persistent rumor circulated among the people that a vampire was the cause of the scourge. Many firmly believed that vampire to be none other than Marguerite Chopin, who lay buried in the village cemetery. All her life, Marguerite Chopin had been a monster in human form. She died an unrepentant soul, and the church denied her the last sacraments. Yeah, this is all a bit much.
Kommen Sie! Schnell! Es geschieht etwas Furchtbares. Kommen Sie! Schnell!
Oh, what's happening? Did I lose the stream? I don't think so. Uh-oh. About 20 minutes left in this thing. And it seems to have stalled on me. What the hell? What the heck is happening? All right, hold on a second. We're going to see if we can get the stream back. But, I mean, it's not a bad movie, but it's kind of dated. All right, hold on a second. See if I can bring it back here. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but hold on, let's see if we can get it. Where did it go? Uh-oh. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, by this standard, I would like to have seen what this movie would have been like in 1942, because this is about 10 years behind something I think I would enjoy. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed. There are certainly enjoyable moments in this, and I have no idea why HBO has just suddenly pooped out on me. But I'm trying to get it back now. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what to say about it, except that it's got its moments. You kind of are trying to figure out who the vampire is, and now you sort of know. But they're spending a lot of time. Well, they're spending all the time focusing on the periphery characters rather than the girl who's turning into a vampire and the young guy. And I'm not exactly sure what purpose he serves, other than, he seems to be on the outside looking in. And for some reason, HBO has just, okay, I'm going to have to close the tab and bring it back that way. Or some, yeah, I'm not sure what the hell that means. Why the hell that happened? All right, here we go. Just had to close the tab out. All right, here we go. All right, we seem to have it back. I certainly hope so. Let's see. Bring it back. Hold on. Yep, we're back. Okay, she's trying to commit suicide. So he is the vampire. Okay, the doctor is the vampire. And he certainly was run off. Okay, so I guess he's the young hero. And the one scene where he was outside, that was a great fucking scene. So I guess these are the spirits of the criminals that assist him, like his familiars, the vampire's familiars. See, I want to know more about her.
Ich habe Angst zu sterben. Ich bin verdammt. Mein Gott, mein Gott. Mein Gott.
Yeah, there's too much focus on the peripheral characters here. And especially when you come to this era of film, the people that they select to be the leading men, so to speak, not really men of action, so to speak. They didn't start getting that right until much later. Like this idiot. Like he's supposed to be the hero, but he's falling all over the place. Oh, does he die? He really hasn't done much so far. I guess he's dead too. Yeah, you can see through him to see the... Wait, that's him. How has he become a vampire? Are we going to see some teeth? One of his familiars there. And he's got a woman tied up in there. That was a little gruesome. Why is he hiding, though, if he's a ghost? See, these are things where, like, some dialogue would be helpful. They're not giving you enough. He looks like Mark Twain. Mark Twain, the vampire. So I guess he's died of the blood drain. I mean, I don't understand this. That's not the doctor.
Also los. Marsch.
What the hell is going on here? So there's only about 10 minutes left in this. So I guess they're going to bury him with his eyes open, which is a little fucking creepy. Or is he going to become a vampire? I mean, I can't figure out how they got his blood. I mean, he volunteered blood for a transfusion, but it's really fucking confusing.
It's time for our local.
Okay, so I have no idea how he's going to survive this or if he's actually dead. I have no idea. I thought that there was a man there, not without the mustache, and I thought that was the vampire, and now I see the doctor is back. I have no idea how the young girl is going to be saved or if she's going to be saved. This is a weird fucking movie. It's not terrible, but they're clearly still very much leaning on the silent film method of filmmaking because there's barely any dialogue, and there are a lot of holes here. I mean, I'd like to. I'm paying attention, but there's some weird there are weird holes in this, and it's difficult to figure out. So we've got about 10 minutes until this ends. And then we'll see. But it's still better than talking about Jason Voorhees. So no matter what, no matter how bad it gets. Okay, so wait, now they all disappeared. Wait, now he's back? Did his soul leave his body? I don't. Oh man, this is really fucking. So wait, now who's in the coffin? Okay, that's one. That's one way to go about it. So wait, what the? So who the hell's lying underneath all that they're going to kill, I assume, or destroy, or whatever you want to call it? Okay, there's the iron stake. They're going to stake somebody. Somebody's going to be staked. And try to keep the girl alive. I guess the sun. This means the sun is going down, or the sun is coming up. Okay, there's the vampire. Okay, that is the vampire. I have no idea who the vampire is. I mean, or who this character is, other than the vampire. But okay. Okay, so we get no money shot, so to speak. Okay, so is the girl going to live? Is she going to die anyway? Oh, it's Chopin. Marguerite. So Marguerite Chopin was a guy? Okay. Marguerite Chopin was a guy. What the hell? Uh-oh. He's not happy about being staked. Chopin. Raven? So the cop bites the dust. What the fuck is going on here, man? This movie is weird. Now who's that? Unlocking everything. Oh, who's unlocking? Oh yeah, who's I guess that's the main character. He had some girl prisoner. Fucking Chopin. Is this why he showed up in the first place? To rescue this woman? Who we don't know who she is. So the dock is locked out.
Sie sind hier. Dann machen Sie doch bitte auf. Hören Sie nicht? Hören Sie doch!
Wait, why are they doing this to the dock? I don't understand why they're doing this. So is that why he was there to rescue that woman and then just leave? They're just going to walk off into the sunset. Two people who I have no idea where they're burying the doctor. Okay, this was a weird fucking movie. This was a weird fucking movie. I'm not. Hold on a second, because I did something while I was. Because I need to go through this and figure this shit out. So, okay, I brought up the Wikipedia page because I'm not 100% sure what the hell I just watched here. Okay, so it says the plot. On a late evening, Alan Gray arrives in an inn close to the village of Vampyr, and he rents a room to sleep. Gray is awakened by an old man who enters the room and leaves a square packet on Gray's table, right, to be opened upon my death. Got that. Gray takes the package and walks outside. Shadows guide him to an old castle, okay, where he sees, right, the shadows dancing and wandering on their own. Right, I got all that. Gray also sees an elderly woman, later identified as Marguerite Chopin, and encounters another old man, later identified as the village doctor. Okay. Gray leaves the castle and walks to a manor. Okay, so this is just as vague as what I just watched. Looking through one of the windows, Gray sees the lord of the manor, the same man who gave him the package earlier. Okay, I'm with you so far. The man is suddenly murdered by a gunshot. Okay, Gray is let into the house by servants who rush to the aid of the fallen man, but it is too late to save him. The servants ask Gray to stay the night. Giselle, the younger daughter of the now deceased lord of the manor, takes Gray to the library and tells him that her sister, Leon, is gravely ill. Just then they see Leon walking outside. They follow her and find her unconscious on the ground with fresh bite wounds. I got all that. Then they have her carried inside. Gray remembers the parcel and opens it. Inside is a book about horrific demons called vampires who can force humans into submission. By reading the book, Gray realizes that Leon is the victim of a vampire. Okay, the village doctor visits Leon at the manor, and Gray recognizes him as the old man he saw in the castle. I'm with you again. The doctor tells Gray that a blood transfusion is needed, and Gray agrees to donate his blood to save Leon. Exhausted from blood loss, Gray falls asleep. Meanwhile, the oldest of the servants of the manor also reads the book and learns that a vampire can be defeated by driving an iron bar through its heart. Gray wakes up sensing danger and rushes to Leon's bedside, where he surprises the doctor as he is attempting to poison the girl. Okay. So why is he poisoning the girl? Because she's going to become a vampire. The doctor flees the manor, and Gray finds that Giselle is gone. Gray follows the doctor back to the castle, but before reaching it, he has an out-of-body experience and sees himself being dead and buried by Marguerite Chopin and the doctor. After he returns to his own body, he sees the old servant Hederic to Marguerite Chopin's grave. They open the wound and find the old woman perfect. That was an old woman? Looked like a man. They hammer a large metal bar through her heart, killing her. The curse of the vampire is lifted, and Leon suddenly recovers. The ghost of the Lord of the Manor appears to the doctor, chasing him away from his house and killing the soldier who is helping him. Gray who is tied up. Rescues Giselle. Oh, so it was Giselle who was tied up. The doctor hides in an old mill, but finds himself knocked in a chamber where flour sacks are filled. The old servant arrives and activates the mill's machinery, filling the chamber with flour and suffocating the doctor. Giselle and Gray cross a foggy river by boat and find themselves in a bright clearing. Okay. Press in Europe ranged from mixed to negative. The press in Germany did not like the film. At the Berlin premiere, a film critic from the New York Times wrote, "Whatever you think of the director, Charles Theodore Dreyer, there is no denying that he is different. He does things that make people talk about him. You may find his films ridiculous." Yeah, and I think this falls under that category, but you won't forget him. Although in many ways, Vampyr was one of the worst films I have ever attended. There were some scenes, and that gripped me with brutal directness. Okay, this guy's on point with me. It's not a good film. It's not a great film in any way, shape, or form. But there were some things that grabbed you. Press reaction to the film in Paris was mixed. Reporter Hubert Matthews in the New York Times wrote that Vampyr is a hallucinating film, and that, quote, either held the spectator spellbound as in a long nightmare or else moved them to hysterical laughter. For many years after Vampyr's release, the film was viewed by critics as one of Dreyer's weakest films. More modern reception of Vampyr has been more positive. The review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes reports an approval rating of 98%. Get the fuck out of here. Based upon a sample of 40 reviews with an average rating of 8.7 out of 10. The site's critical consensus reads, full of disorienting visual effects. Vampyr is as theoretically unsettling as it is conceptually disturbing. Todd Crystal of the online database AllMovie gave the film 4.5 stars out of 5, stating that Vampyr isn't the easiest classic film to enjoy, even if you are a fan of 1930s horror films. If you're patient with the slow pacing and ambiguous storyline, you'll find the film offers many striking images. Okay, I can get that. And that although the film is not, quote, exciting in terms of pacing, it's a good choice if you want to see a film that establishes a compelling mood. And it certainly does keep a mood. Jonathan Rosenbaum of the Chicago Reader wrote, the greatness of Carl Dreyer's Vampyr derives partly from its handling of the vampire theme in terms of sexuality and eroticism. Okay, I didn't see any of that. And partly from its highly distinctive, dreamy look. But it also has something to do with Dreyer's radical recasting of narrative form. Jay Hoberman of The Village Voice wrote that Vampyr is Dreyer's most radical film, maybe one of my dozen favorite films by any director. Get the fuck out of here. Anton Bittel of Channel 4 awarded the film 4.5 stars out of 5, comparing it to the silent film Nosferatu, stating it is, quote, lesser known, but in many ways superior. Get the fuck out of here. And the film is a triumph of the irrational. Dreyer's eerie memento mori never allows either protagonist or viewer fully to wake from its surreal nightmare. In early 2010s, the London edition of Time Out conducted a poll with several authors, directors, and actors and critics who have worked within the horror genre to vote for their top horror films. Vampyr placed at number 50 on their top 100 list. So I don't know anything about that. I did not find this to be a great film. I mean, it was a little less than okay. I'd probably give it if I'm honest, 2.5 stars, 2.5 out of 5. It had pacing issues. It didn't nearly give you nearly enough exposition, and it lost me in several places. It wasn't great. Is it still better than talking about Jason Voorhees? Fuck yeah, absolutely. But that's my Friday the 13th watch along, 1932's Vampyr. I wish that there were more, some of the, because this is 1932 and it's in the public domain, so I can stream it all day until, the end of time. But Universal classic like Dracula, still in the pub, still not released. The Wolfman. I'd love to do Karloff's The Mummy, but you can't because you'll get hit with a copyright. And some of these movies that are, there's another one I want to do, Haxon. I think it's about witchcraft, but that's a straight up silent film. So maybe I will, just to check it out and for the experience. I guess everybody's busy talking about Friday the 13th, but I'm not doing that. Let's break some, instead of, beating the same dead horse, let's break into some unknown territory with this film. Not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but definitely worth the experience of saying, hey, I saw it and it's supposed to be, an all-time classic, and yeah, it fell short for me. Okay, that's it for the watch along. I am out of here. If you see this video, like the video, subscribe, leave a comment. If you think it's shit and you're like, I have no idea what the hell I just watched, that's fine. One word comment is fine. Helps with the algorithm. And I'll see you on Saturday the 14th. All right, I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye-bye.